And welcome into Hot Takes with Carson and Stacks. We are back for another week. Happy Valentine's Day week. I'm sure all you out there are gearing up for your Valentine's Day dates coming up this week. I am your host, Carson Harrison, joined by my co-host, who I'm sure has a Valentine's Day date this week, Elijah Stacks.
That is false.
Oh, come on, man. You know, all you ladies out there listening,
No.
we give out Twitter handles at the end of the show.
Yeah,
so.
Sure. Drop a follow on me right there, yeah.
Well, hope everybody's having a good week. Lot of random trade news and just NFL. You know, you think the NFL's over, but it's never over.
It's never over.
The news,
it's here year round.
The news is nonstop. Big news comes out last night. The Browns are signing Kareem Hunt. Your thoughts?
I mean, hey, second chances are a good thing, I think. I mean, obviously he's going to face some kind of suspension, probably 6 games play along the lines of what Ezekiel Elliott got 2 years ago. But, hey, man, he's a good player, obviously. So I think it's a pretty good move because, like I said, he'll have to sit down for a couple weeks. But once the Browns get him back, I don't know. That's a good move in my book.
And, with the whole Zeke thing, he was never, was he never convicted of that? He was never...
Yeah, no. So when it came to Ezekiel Elliott, the way I understood it was that there was no solid evidence that he had actually done anything wrong. And he was cleared in the criminal civil courts.
But not by the NFL courts.
But then Roger Goodell was like, no.
The highest standing courts in the American justice
really
system.
His suspension came down to Goodell not wanting him to play that year, I think. So, but when it comes to Kareem Hunt, there's actual video footage of him and apparently pushing and kicking a woman.
Yes, who reportedly called him the N-word.
Yeah, used a racial slur against him. And so, not saying that justifies hitting or,
not at
violence,
all.
But, I mean, it's not just like he was hitting people for the heck of it,
Here at Hot Takes, we respect all women.
Yep.
So is 6 games the minimum? I would imagine he would at least get the minimum.
That's the precedence.
I could see him maybe getting 8.
That's what Zeke got. I think 6 would be at least the ground floor of it. We'll see how it goes, though, for him. But, yeah, once he comes back, though, good player, still young, second-year player he was this year, right? So
yeah, I think so. Leader in rushing is rookie year.
And the Browns have Chubb, too.
That's why I was a little confused about it, because they got rid of Hyde halfway through the year to make room for Chubb to be the number 1 guy. And for them to pick up, I guess adding talent's never a bad thing.
Hyde was a little bit older. So, I mean, running backs don't have big shelf lives in the NFL. And, Chubb was good this year, but he wasn't, he's not the greatest running back in the world. He's still good, but not the greatest. So I think bringing in more talent, someone of the likes of Kareem Hunt's a good move because, he's played some big-time ball. So I think it's a good move. And like I said, the Browns are up and coming, so having more talent is always a good thing in my book.
Yeah, I feel like it's kind of just ironic because, the Browns have been known to be kind of a dysfunctional organization as of late, and this is such a move that they would make bringing in, a player like Kareem Hunt off of controversy.
I think letting him move on is a good thing. I mean, he made a mistake. He suffered consequences for it by getting cut, and presumably he will get more consequences by whenever he comes back to the Browns. He'll serve a 6-game suspension whenever next season starts. So I think a second chance is good for him.
And to me, if Joe Mixon is allowed to play in the league after that video came out of him absolutely KOing, that was brutal. If he can play.
Well, but they said that was because it happened in college. So it wasn't like he was a entity of the NFL at the time, if that makes sense. So, yeah, I think it's a little bit different situation just because of timing. But I get what you're saying, though, because they let Joe Mixon play even though he has a history of this problem. So, I mean, yeah, it's not a big deal. To me, it's give the kid a second chance, He got a lot of talent, made a mistake, and I think he can move on from it.
We'll see how it goes. I feel like, adding talent is never, quote-unquote, bad. But I don't know. Sometimes a lot of the attention you get from it is not the best thing you want.
I think it'll pass over at some point. People are going to forget about it. So I don't think it's a huge deal in terms of publicity.
Glad my our division rivals, the Steelers' division rivals, are picking up a Pro Bowl running back. While today, Antonio Brown has publicly demanded a trade from the Steelers. Yeah, he posted
a video on Twitter saying goodbye. Thanks to Steelers Nation.
All his highlights, just all of him catching touchdowns.
Thanks for buying my jerseys. Wow.
Yeah, I got to sell that. I'm going to list that for $15.
But I think we saw it coming. I was telling you 5 minutes ago before the show started that, honestly, I don't think there's any way it was going to work out at this point with Brown.
Oh, I didn't think so either.
Just because there's so much animosity and bad blood in the water now at this point that you got to trade him. I think the Steelers want to trade him anyway, just because they don't want that in your locker room. Because if you keep him now for the next season, he is going to openly be a cancer in the locker room. He's not going to be happy. He will not try his hardest. He will not be a productive member of the team. So to me, if I'm the Steelers, I'm looking to get him out of there for a high price.
I agree. I don't know how high of a price. Like, he is one of the best wide receivers in the league, but like I read a report somewhere saying that they're not getting the offers that they thought they would for him because he is 31 years old. He's owed a ton of money.
Yeah, and also he's been acting whack recently.
Yeah,
I sent you a video today. Apparently, this is from I think Bleacher Reports where I saw this. He got arrested for doing 100 miles an hour in a 45 mile per hour zone. So, I mean, and he's like, his hair, he cut it recently or dyed it, whatever.
Oh, he dyed his beard blonde.
The beard was really weird. I think he's going through like a midlife kind of crisis.
At 31.
Hey, that's by the time you hit those kind of crises. So, I mean, I don't know. I think maybe he's not getting the offers they thought they would because he is old. He's been having some personality, issues, attitude problems. And yeah, I'm sure he's trying to like demand a lot of money.
Yeah, I hope they ship him somewhere that he has no chance of winning. Who has a horrible quarterback? I hope he goes to like the Jags,
the Jets,
or
maybe.
I like Sam Darnold. I think that would be too good.
Yeah.
He needs to go to the Cardinals.
Yeah.
He needs to go just away.
Yeah.
And it's really sad because the Steelers offense with Ben, Bell, and Brown was one of the best offenses.
And Juju.
Wow. Juju was one of like the best offenses over the past few years.
If you had all four of those guys really, and that offensive line you guys have, that's a great core to build off of. So the fact that he's going to be gone, and so is Bell, by the way. Which I mean, Connor's there, so it's not a huge drop off. But like I said, the fact that they're both going to be gone, to me, it's
such a kind of a missed opportunity. Like. I feel like once Shazier got hurt, I feel like if Shazier wouldn't have got hurt that year, we could have competed because he was like the heart and soul of our defense. But
yeah, great player too. But
like
it's just like you said, it's kind of like a blown opportunity because
too many attitudes
on paper. That offense especially should have been one of the best in the league, and issues got in the way.
Too many
egos, too many big egos, big attitudes,
and like even Ben. I think a lot of these fightings have to do with Ben. I think Ben starts a little bit this, but I think he gets people mad, kind of.
Yeah,
and I don't know. Like it's a really big missed opportunity. I read a stat that said Antonio Brown has caught like 74 or 75 touchdowns. Yeah. All of them from Ben Roethlisberger, which is the most between two players in NFL history.
Well, that's crazy, but I mean. It will be no more.
It will be no more. The Steelers are in their decline.
They are getting him out of there.
2 more years of Big Ben, and then we'll be
Mike Tomlin,
worse than the Browns.
Hey, man. It'd be that way for you guys,
Oh, my gosh. I don't want to talk about it anymore. Let's move
over. Cowboys.
Yeah, go. Let's move over to the NBA. I'm tired of talking about the Steelers. So, the trade deadline passed.
Yep.
A lot of big trades. The biggest of them all that was talked about for a while, and Anthony Davis, did not happen.
Shocker.
This to me is very, very pleasing to me because this shows that players cannot just dictate who is on what team. This was a classic case of Anthony Davis saying, I want to go to the Lakers, nowhere else. And the Pelicans saying, well, we can get more from you somewhere else. We're not going to ship you where you want to go.
Yeah.
Because that's not going to help us. And like LeBron wanted it. LeBron is in collusion with this agent who's his friend to get him there. I'm really glad this trade didn't go through. I think if it went through, the NBA should have axed it because LeBron does this everywhere. He tries to recruit his super team, but nothing this year.
Yeah, I mean, from what I understood, which again, NBA is not my, area of expertise, but what I understood was the Pelicans were asking ungodly.
Yeah, they were
making like ungodly requests for like players. Draft picks. There's a bunch of different stuff, like a bunch of different assets that the Lakers were like, are you kidding me? Like, this is ridiculous.
And the Lakers offered him a lot.
The way I understood it was, they offered the Pelicans like 5 or 6 players, wasn't it? And like a bunch of draft picks.
They offered them most of their young core. And I think 2 first-round picks or something. And the Pelicans wanted something like insane, like 6 total picks or something.
Lonzo Ball, who LeVar thinks is better than LeBron.
Is he? Maybe.
No!
Maybe.
LeVar Ball's an idiot. God, he's stupid. That's a hot take.
We need to bring him on the show.
No thanks. No thanks.
You're telling me if LeVar Ball wanted to come on here, you would not let him.
I probably would just yell at him.
BBB.
I don't know anything about basketball, but I know he's
big baller brand.
if you can't afford the shoes, you're not a big baller.
Oh my god.
I hate that guy though. Anyway, that's off the topic. But yeah, Anthony Davis. I mean, like he's a great player, as we know.
He's very good.
Very good. But are you gonna? Would you? Okay, if you're the Lakers, are you giving up basically your entire?
They would have. They offered it.
I know they would have, but I'm saying, would you have done that?
Would I? Well,
hypothetically speaking, what would you have given up?
It does kind of
Davis?
Apply to me because I'm a Celtics fan, and I am willing to give up most of the stuff that we have.
Okay, so are you going to give up Tatum for?
See, that's the thing.
That's a good hypothetical right there. Are you giving up?
That's
Tatum
basically
for
the main
Davis?
thing. We have all these draft picks.
Yeah.
So I read somewhere that the Celtics, the reason the Pelicans waited, was one, they punked the Lakers. They said they were never planning on making this trade with them. They got them to make this offer of all their young assets, and then leaked the trade of Brandon Ingram, Josh Hart, Kuzma, all these good young players. And now the team is... Did you see the picture where they were like, LeBron was on one end of the bench and everybody else was sitting at the other end?
I did not, but I imagine there's,
like, they punked them. Like, it was pretty good.
Yeah, now.
So, basically what the Celtics can give them is, I read they would have to give them Jason Tatum, which the Pelicans really like him. I really like Jason Tatum.
Okay, yeah, I think everyone likes Tatum. So, that's what I'm saying is, are you willing to give up him? In your mind, I know obviously Davis has the longer career and more experience. So at this point, he's probably better than Tatum.
Yes. I think that's a win now move. I think if I'm afraid Kyrie, I don't think Kyrie will leave. He said he's not gonna, but now he's like kind of talking. I think in order to get him to stay, they do need to make a move, a really big contention move, and. Basically, the only way they're going to get Davis is if they give them Tatum. I would rather it be Jaylen Brown, but I think they're going to give him Tatum.
But I don't know Jaylen Brown too well. Is he?
He's pretty good. He's not as good as Tatum, but he's pretty good.
That's kind of my point. Is you can't give up a lesser tier player for someone with the likes of Davis. You know what I'm saying?
The full trade I read would have been Jason Tatum, Marcus Smart, Al Horford, Robert Williams, and 3 first-round picks. And that 3 first-round picks is kind of the thing that really gets it. Big. So if I'm the Celtics, I would say, I'd say make this trade. Because to me, if you can have Kyrie Irving, Anthony Davis, Gordon Hayward, Jaylen Brown, I think you win the East every single year.
Yeah,
and I think I don't know if the Warriors are going to stay together. I don't see why they wouldn't. But if they didn't, that's a championship team to me.
Oh, yeah, no question.
So, obviously, the Pelicans did not make this trade to wait to try to trade with the Celtics. So, I think there's a good chance the Celtics do get Anthony Davis. And I hope Kyrie would stay. That's the only thing.
Yeah, I mean... Kyrie's been talking some smack recently, so we'll see how that goes.
I don't think he's necessarily saying he doesn't want to go. I think he just doesn't like people telling him like what he's going to do and stuff. Like, but he said at the beginning of the season, like, I plan on re-signing here. So I think he just doesn't like people asking him, like, because that's a really bad move to say I'm going to stay here and then leave. It
was kind of like Durant said. He had like a press conference and someone asked him about off-season trades and whatnot. And he said, "Stop asking me this question. You're trying to basically like get a clickbait."
He hates the media.
And I mean, I think most players in all sports do because the media, they're literally fake news. Like, there's not even a question. Like, they will take what you say out of context and make it seem like you're saying something you're not. And I'm sure it gets really frustrating for them because they don't want to be seen as being disloyal to the team or to the fan base or to the organization. And so, I think people are asking Kyrie a lot. He's like, "Oh, you come back." He's like, "I don't owe anybody anything. Like, I'll go where I want to go, but right now I'm here to play ball." You know what I'm saying?
That's right. Yeah.
So I think he might. I think he'll come back.
I think he would stay, especially if they're in this position to trade for Anthony Davis. I don't see why he would want to move.
Yeah, no, I feel that.
Like the Celtics did not make any trade deadline moves. While the 3 other best, of the 4 best teams, 3 of them made deals at the trade deadline, except for the Celtics. The Raptors got Marc Gasol, who's a good center. Okay. The Bucks got Mirotic, who's just kind of like a good scorer, 6-man. And then the 76ers traded for Tobias Harris, and they're going to start him at small forward.
Okay, so I'm going to be totally honest.
Didn't know any of
those 3 names. I don't know.
They're not like big name players, but they're pretty good. They're not great.
I'm sure they're good. So.
And so those other teams made win now moves in the East, and the Celtics kind of stayed put because they know that they can get Anthony Davis in the offseason. Yeah. So the Celtics may not be in position to win the East this year. I think depth-wise they are very good and they could, and they have the best coach. But I think that they're kind of playing the long game now with Anthony Davis and try to get him.
Yeah, win next year kind of thing.
Yeah, because with the Lakers, they can't really offer anything else unless they offer him LeBron.
But, which is that defeats the purpose.
There's nothing else they can really offer him.
Would they trade LeBron to the Pelicans and Anthony Davis want to stay now maybe?
Why would they do that?
I'm just joking. No, I mean, all right, but just hypothetically, you're cool with Tatum getting shipped off.
I would prefer it be Jaylen Brown, even though I like Jaylen Brown too, but For Anthony Davis, yeah, I would be cool
Okay,
with
gotcha.
trading Tatum. I really like Tatum. I like him being on the Celtics. I would prefer to keep him, obviously. If you could have Kyrie, AD, and Tatum and Hayward on the team.
Ridiculous.
But I don't think that you're going to be able to make that deal without trading Tatum.
No, I don't see it happening. Because this is an asset, okay? That's what Davis is. He's an asset to your organization as the Pelicans. So you can command a lot for someone of his talent.
They're still playing him the rest of the year, though, because they could get fined $100,000 for. What they're thinking was they could sit him out the rest of the year because if he gets hurt, they can't trade for any of this stuff.
Yeah.
But they would get fined, I think, $100,000 a year for sitting a healthy player with no reason to sit him, or $100,000 a game, something like that, $10,000.
Why?
Because fans are paying to go to the games, and just sitting a healthy player who for no reason.
Okay, I don't really know how that works out because in the NFL, like if there's a player who's healthy and he doesn't want to if they don't want to play him, they're not obligated to play him. So I don't get how that works out, but whatever, that's fine.
It's I don't understand why it is in the NBA, but it's a lot of stuff with there's 82 games, so they have rest games. So a lot of times the Spurs got in trouble for this a few years ago because they had older players and they wouldn't play them ever on back to back. So fans they would really have to fine them, because they.
Okay, I don't get that, but whatever. That's NBA stuff. That's their.
So I think they said they're going to play Davis on a minutes restriction and not play him as well.
That's what I'm saying. If you have to play him, for 10 minutes.
But the fans booed him when they announced him.
Well, yeah,
came back and
if
started,
you openly say, "Hey, trade me, I don't want to be here anymore," then you can't be mad. People are going to be booing you and stuff. That's just what
Antonio Brown,
get him out.
Degenerate.
Get him out. Wow.
Would you want the Cowboys trading for Antonio Brown?
If he can not be a.
But he's gonna be. You know he's gonna be.
Then I'm okay with it. But no, I don't think. Okay, so the big thing about the Cowboys is Jason Garrett. If you ever listen to his press conference or whatever, he always says they look for the right kind of guys. That's his famous quote.
Yeah.
Because Jason Garrett doesn't change up his vernacular much. He uses the same phrases over and over again. And he always says we want the right kind of guy. That means attitude and personality wise. I do not think that Antonio Brown fits that mold. So.
I still think the team that could benefit the most from this is the Packers. I think the Packers should try to go and get Antonio Brown.
If you have Rodgers and Brown,
they've been wasting Aaron Rodgers.
That would be ridiculous.
They need to try to go on at least, even if they don't. There's a lot of good defensive players in the free agent market. They need to try to get at least one of them. They should at least attempt to get Antonio Brown. That may be my sleeper pick to get him. I think the 49ers, I think, are the statistical favorites. And I think
just because they have so much money in cap space this offseason.
I think he wants to go there, and I don't want him going anywhere he wants to go.
I don't know why you want to go there because the 49ers aren't very good.
Garoppolo.
Okay, Garoppolo's good. Okay, and they have Richard Sherman and Kittle, and who else?
No one.
That's kind of what I'm saying. If I'm 31 years old, okay, and you realize that you're probably on the back half of your career at this point, you're on the back nine, as they say. I feel like I'm trying to go to a place I can win now. Unless he's looking to get paid, which in that case, go to the 49ers because they have so much cap space. But
I'm making the pick now. He's going to the Packers. I think they're going to make the move.
I think that could happen, but we'll see though.
I think that the trade should happen soon. They have to trade him by March 17th in order to save. They have to pay. They're losing $21 million no matter what.
Yeah.
But if they don't trade him by the 17th, I think they lose 23. So I think they're going to try to save just $2 million.
February.
March.
March. Good March.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
So he should be out the door soon.
Yeah. I think that's probably a good pick, though. I can see the Packers getting him. But
who's your pick?
Really, it's an open market for anyone at this point. As long as you're not the Steelers, he could be on anybody's team.
Who's your pick? Where's he going?
Okay. I don't know off the top of my head who's actually, making a push for him. Of course, I heard the 49ers are making a push for him. I'll just say them for now.
All right.
I'll have to do some more research on it, but I think they'll get him just because he wants to go there. And
a cancer to the team.
Hey, might as well have another one over there. Wow.
So they also did the NFL awards the day before Super Bowl. We didn't get to talk about them last week.
No, we did not. Wow. I forgot about that.
We shot pretty good on them. I want to get your opinion on some of them. McGoat, Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, we called that one. That's pretty obvious. I think
well-deserved.
He had the best year.
50 TDs.
Especially on a quarterback. He had the best year, no doubt.
Yeah.
But I honestly kind of hate the award, MVP, because every position in the NFL is so different. But of course, obviously, quarterback's probably the most critical to a team. But, I said it, a couple weeks ago on the show, Aaron Donald is probably the best player in the league at this point. He is so good. And I feel like at this point, really, this should be called the most valuable quarterback award because it just always goes to him.
I was about to say that because, the way the league is set up, could you look up, the last
I'll look it right now.
MVP winners? Because it's not a wide receiver can't win MVP. I guess a running back could, but like most of the winners are quarterbacks. I think you have it pulled up right
I'm going
here.
to read off the previous winners. Okay, Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady, Matt Ryan, Cam Newton, Aaron Rodgers, Peyton Manning, Adrian Peterson.
Okay, so
running back.
One running back.
Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, Levine Tomlinson, Sean Alexander, Peyton Manning.
So over like the last
since 2000, there have been about 4 people who have not been quarterbacks winning the awards,
and they were
running backs. So at this point, I'm just saying, obviously Mahomes had a great year, which I'm all for. You know, he should have won it. I think he had a great year, phenomenal year. But at the same time, are they really considering people who are not quarterbacks? I don't really think they are.
It's different though because they can't have the quarterback has the ball every single offensive snap. Aaron Donald, as good as he is, which he is maybe the most talented player.
I think overall he's the best football player in the league.
He had 22 sacks this year or something like that. 22 plays he affected, in sacks.
Okay,
I get
you gotta get that,
too.
but at the same time, he is a defensive tackle, and first off, usually in most schemes, I don't know what the Rams play, but most of the time tackles aren't stat warriors. They're not people out there getting huge plays. They're more of the unsung heroes of a defense. So to have 22, which is I'm pretty sure pretty close to all time. Did Strahan have 23? Is that what it was?
I think he was very close to
He was close to beating the all-time record. So all time out of all players in the league, he was very close to beating the record for sacks in a year. And obviously, like you said, it's only 22 plays he affected, which is true. At the same time, getting sacks in the NFL is hard. If you have someone who's getting 8 sacks a year, you're probably paying them pretty big money to play on your team. So my point is that this is kind of my point, is that the fact that different positions in the NFL, in football, they're so different. It's hard to compare them. So when it comes to quarterback versus defensive tackle, you'd be like, oh, you have to get the quarterback. But at the same time, look at what Aaron Donald's doing. He is revolutionizing that position. He is playing out of his mind.
Do you know how many sacks DeMarcus Lawrence had last year?
This season?
Yeah.
This ended? I think it was 11 maybe.
And they're about to pay him big money.
Yeah, well, he had 18, I think, the year before that. But like I said, if you're getting double-digit sacks, you're getting paid. That's the main thing. I'm going to look it up real quick.
10.5.
He had 10.5, this season. So that's my point. He's got
Aaron Donald had 22.5. That's insane.
And he's ranked the number 1 free agent in this offseason.
Yeah.
So this is what I'm saying. If you can find a player who disrupts the pocket on a consistent basis, you have to consider that. And I think they just need to have a more subjective way of evaluating who wins MVP, because naturally your eye goes to the quarterback because
and the touchdowns,
because their stats are so bloated. Because like you said, they get the ball every play. But a tackle who's expected to have 70 tackles in a year and 3 sacks, for him to have what he has with 22 sacks is incredible. So I think I don't know. It's one of those things. I wish that it would at least been a serious consideration to give him.
I wonder, I know they don't release the rankings of it, but I would have liked to see if he was in the top. I'm sure he was in the top 5. Don't you think?
In terms of voting, or whatever. Voting. I'm sure. I mean, what I understood was the considerations were
really just Mahomes and
Brees. Those are the top 2.
Brees, I think, could have won, but he fell off kind of at the end of the year. Halfway through the year, his
postseason wasn't great. He didn't play great after the Cowboys game, to be totally honest.
Halfway through the year, I think Brees might have had it, but near the end, he lost it.
I think they had maybe Andrew Luck as a name, and Phillip Rivers, and I think Aaron Donald was the other player they were considering, but they knew all it was going to be Brees or Mahomes. So, I mean, and they did give him Defensive Player of the Year, to be fair, so he did get recognized for what he does. But, I mean, it's got to be someone else in the quarterback, man. Just once, maybe. I don't know. So, like I said, at this point, they should just call it most valuable quarterback, because that's really all they ever give it to.
Wow.
And the fact that in 20 years that it hasn't gone to – it's only been 5 times it hasn't gone to a quarterback is just indicative of what I'm talking about. It just goes to them all the time. Because, like I said, your eyes are naturally drawn to their stat line. But, I mean, I think it should be more open than that. But it's not. So, whatever.
They should give it to kickers. They score the most points every year.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, they score a lot of points because extra points and field goals and whatnot. But, no. You're not giving your kickers, mega contracts. You're just not.
I'm going to start a petition for it.
And I love kickers. I think kicking's cool. It's a cool part of the game, but You're not giving him.
Steelers need to get rid of Chris Boswell, by the way. I think he's bad.
Slipped when he tried to make it.
Oh, that was.
Yeah,
I'm not even gonna talk about that.
Was it the Raiders?
Yes, against the Raiders.
Brutal.
Oh my gosh.
It'd be that way though.
So we picked Darius Leonard for D-Roy. That was correct. Led the league in tackles as a rookie.
Yeah, that's awesome. Of course, the homer me wants to say LVE should have been given it, but I respect the choice. I think it's a good choice.
Yeah, I think Van Der Esch is very good and will be very good for the Cowboys for a long time.
Yeah.
I just don't see how you don't give the defensive rookie of the year to. He literally led the league in tackles as a rookie. I think that's incredible.
Okay, now I do think though if Leighton Van Der Esch had been starting from week 1, which he didn't do, I think he would have been at least very close. If not better than.
Who will have more tackles next year, Van Der Esch or Darius Leonard?
Maybe an unknown rookie. Wow, coming out of the draft soon.
Ryan Shazier.
Sad.
I hope it.
Give him a new spine.
Oh my gosh. So Andrew Luck, comeback player of the year. We also picked that one. That one's easy.
That one was so obvious.
Second in the league in touchdown passes from.
We always say it. If you can keep Andrew Luck healthy with a good team around him, he could be one of the all-time greats.
I'm a big Andrew Luck guy.
Love Andrew Luck.
Great guy.
Good guy too.
Yeah, really good
Andrew
guy.
Luck. Yeah, good guy.
Matt Nagy, the Bears coach, won Coach of the Year.
This was an award that I didn't really have any idea who would win it, just because.
I thought Sean Payton would win it, but.
I don't know.
I guess the Bears did. I guess they overachieved a little bit this year.
That's true. This was an award. There was no clear. This guy's going to win.
He is very smart too, because Mitch Trubisky is not the most talented quarterback. He's not that good, and that team was pretty feared this year. So
the defense was crazy. That's really what it was. The defense is what scared everyone because, Khalil Mack and all them. Khalil Mack and the boys out
and
here
the boys
taking them out. Yeah.
All right, and then this is the big one. This one we specifically said that we thought Baker Mayfield should win Offensive Rookie of the Year, and we gave the reasons why. Most touchdown passes as a rookie in NFL history. They went with Saquon Barkley. The Giants won 4 or 5 games. They were terrible.
This infuriates me, because Saquon Barkley is good, yes. No one's saying he's not. But give it to Baker. He played better.
He took the team from 0 wins to 7.
Yeah, and like I said, he didn't play for the first 4 games.
And that team was brutal. That Jets game when they won their first game, when Tyrod got hurt, that looked like a whole different team when they put Baker in.
Yeah, and I think that's the important thing is that Baker transformed the team. Saquon Barkley came in and played well, but did the team get turned around like in a revolutionary style? No. They were still, 5-11? Brutal?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, brutal. So... To me, Baker had the biggest impact because he took a team, like you said, was 0-4 or whatever at the time, whatever the hell they were. Heck, they were, excuse me. And now they went to 7-8-1, whatever it was. So, he was just a more impactful player for his team.
They went for style and flash over substance because Saquon Barkley, I think he had 15 total touchdowns, which he had a good rookie year. I think fantasy wise, he was one of the top 3 or 4 players you could have had on your team. But it's different. I don't understand how because the Giants were not a good team all year. So they would just be they'd be like, oh look, Saquon had this really good play. They lost 35-7 when Baker was getting his team in games. And such.
No, there was a point in the season I thought, I knew it was a long shot, but I thought the Browns could make a playoff push. They could actually.
They were close.
They could get in this game. They were a couple games back from being in it. Where were the Giants? They were bottom of the NFC East.
Lost to the Cowboys twice.
Yeah, they're brutal. And to me, again, not discrediting Saquon Barkley's season, which was good. It was great. But he didn't transform the team. He didn't impact anything. So, to me, if Barkley comes in, has the season he does, and the Giants are 10-6, whatever, then yeah, give it to him. But he didn't do that. He came in and did what he did, and they were 5-11.
I do think that once Eli retires and they get a new young, if they get a good quarterback, I've heard they might draft that.
That team has
Haskins
more problems
guy.
with his quarterbacks, but
I think that will really help Barkley because if they have a better throw game.
Also, can they get an O-line that can block for anyone?
Nate Soldier?
Wow, brutal. Aaron Hernandez, whatever his name. Not Aaron Hernandez.
Aaron Hernandez?
What's the guy's name? The guard
He's
they have.
6 feet under, bro.
The guard they have. I'll get his name now. But he was
They got rid of Flowers. He was terrible.
Second round draft pick, and he's not playing well.
Do you remember that Flowers guy they had?
He's on the Jaguars now.
Yeah.
Brutal.
Put him with Blake Bortles.
I'll say it one more time, just for reiteration of the point. Baker transformed the team he was probably the most fun rookie to watch this year overall, and I didn't give it to him, which I think is dumb.
Do you think the Browns will be in the playoffs next year?
You know what? Yes.
No way.
I'm going to call it. Okay.
There's no way.
Okay. I think they can be better than the Ravens.
Because
They have a great defense, but I think they can at least compete seriously with them. Because they almost won Week 17 against them. So, I mean, and also Steelers, I don't see it going well for you guys for the next couple of years. I really
don't think it's going to go? I think it'll be fine. I don't think
it won't be like
we're just
4-12 brutal,
we're just losing an explosive playmaker.
It won't be 10-6.
We still have all
you guys were 8 and whatever you were this year, and you still had Brown playing.
We were I forget what we were.
This is my point, though.
Can you look it up real quick?
You weren't in the playoffs, but my point is you had Brown all year long, and you still were not in the playoffs. So I think losing him doesn't help you at all. You guys were 9-6-1. Wow.
See, but that's too we had a little bit of we were doing fine, and then we kind of fell apart those last few games. We lost 3 or 4 to really bad teams.
That's true.
That's coaching.
You guys lost some. Tomlin didn't help you guys at all. That's true. My point is this. I think the NFC North, is that what you guys play in?
AFC North.
AFC North, excuse me. I think that it is wide open.
Other than the Bengals.
Except for the Bengals. They're brutal.
They're terrible.
But my point is, I think this is the time for the Browns to strike because the Ravens, except for their defense, is not a very good team. I think the Steelers are, right now, at the current time, as it sits, a slightly above average team.
I still think the Steelers are better than all 3 of those other teams.
And I think the Browns are on the rise.
Do you think they'll win the division or be the wild card spot? They'll finish second and get the wild card?
I think Ravens will win the conference. I think they'll be a wild card.
You think that the Browns will finish higher than Pittsburgh next year?
I think they will.
Wow.
Okay, look, it sounds crazy to say because the Browns have been bad for so long, but the Steelers are a team in turmoil right now. They've got it cleaned up.
They still have all the pieces. They still have a good offensive line. They have we have strength in the secondary.
You have Connor, who is good, right? Okay, but then you also have now who's your receiving threat? I know Juju's there, but like I said,
James Washington. They like
Juju
him.
is unproven against double coverages. Really, he's never played games for a long period of time without having Brown opposite on the other side of the field. So and of course, if you have Brown playing, they're going to double him every time. So Juju's kind of had a free reign, you know what I'm saying? So I think there's question marks for the Steelers.
I don't think
I'm not thinking they're guaranteed win the conference anymore.
I don't think that losing a big name, he's a good big play wide receiver.
Yeah.
I don't think that takes your team from good to bad.
I don't think you guys are going to be 4-12 brutal like the Giants. I think you're going to be probably similar this year.
I think we'll win the conference.
I think you'll be. I'm gonna call it 7-9. You'll be 7-9.
Oh my gosh!
Okay, you guys were not this good, not great this year. Put it that way. You're not great like you had been in years past. This year, you're losing a great player. Actually, losing 2 great players. To be totally honest, you're losing Bell too, but he didn't play this year. But still, and again, Tomlin's still there, so brutal.
Yeah.
Your defense is not very great,
but it's okay.
It's not great. It's not the Ravens. Put it that way.
As long as we got Big Ben. We're gonna be until he retires. That's when I'll say we're back.
I like Big Ben. I think Big Ben is good, but he's always had a lot of talent around him for receivers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He has a history.
He
of
led the league in
players.
passing yards last year.
Yeah, that's because he always has receivers to throw to. He's never had to not have one, if that makes sense. So I think it will not be just wide open for the Steelers to take.
So you think Steelers miss the playoffs? Browns finish in second. Ravens win it.
As it sits right now, yes.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Sorry, man. This is how I see it going.
We'll see how it goes.
You're not going to be 4-12. You're going to be 7-9. Right there, middle of the pack.
I'm gonna off myself.
Sorry, dude. Hey, you're not the Bengals, so
we could be the Carolina Panthers.
Brutal.
With Cam Newton.
That's true.
All right. So
can't throw.
So those are the NFL awards. We agree with most of them, except for the Offensive Rookie of the Year. Other awards that were handed out this week. The Grammys happened this week. Okay, so
wow, didn't watch those.
I did not.
Fantastic.
I didn't watch those either. This is we'll go over it just real quick. The Oscars. I like movies, so I'm interested to see who wins. I don't understand the Grammys. I don't understand. I get it's the same thing. Movies are objective, so you can say this wins, this wins, this wins. I feel like music, it's music.
Yeah, everyone's got a different taste.
And they do best song of the year, and record of the year. What's the difference? It's the same thing.
It's just a way to show.
And even
share the love, man.
Even they understand that it's the same thing because Childish Gambino won both of them, Song of the Year and Record of the Year, for the same song. So they're even admitting it's the same thing.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, honestly, most of these Academy Award shows, whatnot, all this garbage, it doesn't matter because I'm listening to what I want to listen to. If I don't like a song, I'm not going to listen to it. All right. So to me, this is all just a bunch of showmanship and let's celebrate the arts, but they really just don't.
Did the yodeling kid even win anything? They're not acknowledging the
Mason Ramsey,
the best music. They're really not acknowledging the best music. They gave Cardi B the best rap album. Okay, now this to me
is brutal. Okay, Cardi B, you don't like her.
I think she's terrible.
I don't hate her. I don't think she's great. I don't listen to her on the regular, but I think she's okay. She has her moments where I'm like, this is not terrible. Why did you give it to her? What? I didn't even listen to all of her album. What's it called again? I don't even remember.
I have no clue what it's called. Yeah,
exactly. That's kind of my point. I don't know any. I couldn't name except for like Bodak Yellow, and that's really it.
Was that even on that album? I think that was a long time ago.
I think it was on the album. I'm pretty sure it was. This is proof I don't know what I'm talking about. Why? It was not a good album. Okay, I listened to part of it. I remember that. I was like, this is not that great.
I don't understand.
You mean tell me Drake got beat out? Travis Scott got beat out. Post Malone got beat out. No thanks. No thanks.
This is like a few years ago when they gave Iggy Azalea best rap album over Eminem. Like, no. Like,
no thanks.
I don't understand the hype behind Cardi B because her music to me is just her like kind of. It's not good. She's not. She says ridiculous things. I think she's been hyped up. It's like they do this. They pick their people that they like. They like her. They like Ariana Grande. They like hype them up so much to where like they can do nothing wrong. And it's so odd to me because to me, Cardi B is not someone that should be like hyped up and put like in the rafters of like the greatest talent of our generation. Because wasn't she like a stripper or something? And then she's just a rapper now.
Yeah, okay. Her album was called Invasion of Privacy, by the way.
Wow.
But, she was a stripper, which I mean, okay, that's whatever. Like her success story, whatever. This is America. Congrats to you. You've made your money. Great. But was her album best of the year? No thanks.
You have 2 songs downloaded from it.
Yeah, I have Bodak Yellow and Bartier Cartier.
Is that one good? Is the second one good?
It was all right. It's got 21 Savage in it. Wow.
Well, from England.
But she didn't deserve it. That's my main point. And like I said, I don't really mind Cardi B. It's just her album wasn't best of the year. That's just the reality of it.
I don't understand like. I feel like this is what they do. They get their people, they hype them up, and then like everything they say matters. Like I don't care what Cardi B thinks about politics. I don't care what Cardi B thinks about Colin Kaepernick. We talked about last week. She refused to do the Super Bowl halftime show.
Yep.
Out of respect for Kaepernick. She appeared in multiple Super Bowl commercials and did random concerts Super Bowl weekend. What's the difference? What's the difference between performing at halftime and being in Super Bowl commercials? Like. She thinks she's being smart and all this stuff. I don't get it.
I don't understand, but this is what I don't understand as well. Okay, so like I said, she beat out Beer Bongs and Bentleys by Post Malone and Scorpion by Drake.
And I think I don't even know if those were nominated. I think Astroworld might have been the only one nominated for Best Rap Album. Click on
this album right here. Whatever. Oh, that's
album overall. Yeah, Casey Musgraves, who she was on The Voice or something. Maybe I don't know.
Okay, yeah, I don't know who
she is.
I could tell you who she is.
She won though Best Album. I don't know her music. Respect to her, I guess. Yeah, just keep.
How did This Is America win Best Song? Of the
Best
Year?
Song and Best Record.
These are all a fart. This is a shame. This is so bad. Okay.
So they go rap album. It was up against
Astroworld and so really
by Mac Miller. She beat out Mac Miller. R.I.P.
I was never huge on Mac Miller, but I didn't listen to his album to be totally honest. But I mean, out of the albums I see here, Astroworld was far and away the best one, and that's not even questionable. So to me, there's probably more at play in this particular instance, but God's Plan won. That's pretty good. I could see that
for best song.
That makes sense.
Rap song, yeah,
that was a good song. Maybe Sicko Mode could have been that, but God's Plan's good. But okay, the fact that This Is America won.
This Is America won a ton of stuff.
It won Best Song and Best Music Video.
And that's not a bad song, but
it's not a bad song. I don't think it wasn't that great. This is my point. Oh my god.
But it takes a stand against all the injustice in America, Elijah.
Whatever. This is what I'm saying. Like there are ulterior motives to what wins. That's the main point. Okay, and then also let's talk about Casey Musgraves with Golden Hour.
I haven't listened to
Album
any of
the
that,
year.
so I can't comment on that.
Okay, I can't comment on it, but I do know one thing. I have no idea who she is. Do you know who she is?
I've heard of her. I don't know
Could
who
you
she
name
is.
one song she wrote or sang?
No.
That's my point. Okay, maybe we're not in tune with music. That could be what it is. But I do know one thing.
Are we not hip?
I do know one thing. Post Malone was great. Beer Bog's Belly was a great album. Scorpion was a great album. Okay, so those should have been at least.
Wait for him to get Black Panther.
Why do they have Black Panther's soundtrack? Oh,
Dude, Black Panther's taking over the world.
There are unquestionably ulterior motives in play at who wins these awards. They don't want to give it to a white guy.
Why is Black Panther
They don't want to give it to Drake, who wins all the time.
Not only nominated for Best Picture, nominated for Best Album, Black Panther. Oh my god.
Do better at your jobs, whoever selects who wins these. Do better, please.
Oh my gosh.
God, this is annoying. This is making me mad.
Did you see that Offset did like his album teaser video when his album's coming out?
Like a clip of Cardi.
Yeah, it's a clip of Cardi giving birth, and then Offset's just chilling in the background, and it says February 22nd,
this
2019.
America won the best record too.
Yeah, it's the same thing. What's the difference?
This is ridiculous. Over Rockstar? Come on! No way. Oh, this is brutal.
Who is Janelle? Who is that person? Janelle Monáe?
I don't know.
I don't know a lot of these people that they're nominating for music.
This is brutal.
Are we out of touch? Are we old?
Maybe at this point because at least people who are winning.
Oh, wait, go back to that. They have this category where everyone's a winner. They nominate all these people for stuff, and
it says Lifetime Achievement 7 Day, Black Sabbath. Ooh, that's good, man.
Everybody's a winner.
Donny Hathaway, wow. I mean, look, whatever. Like I said, I don't care what they think, to be quite honest. But the fact that you gave Cardi B Best Rap Album over Astro World, and then you gave Casey Musgraves, whatever her album was called.
She may have good music, though.
Okay, she may.
I haven't listened to anything. But
the fact that I couldn't tell you who she is, I don't even know what genre she sings.
I think country.
If I listen to country, I don't know who Casey Musgraves is. So maybe I
would have liked
country.
Post to win that one, just because I like Post.
That it beat out Post Malone and Drake, to me, is ridiculous. Because Scorpion was a great album, and Beer Bog's Belly was a great album. So this is all a sham. This is all dumb. This might be worse than the Oscars.
Oh, speaking of the Oscars, I can't wait till we come in here in a few weeks and Black Panther
I'm gonna lose my mind.
Best Picture.
God, do better.
You watched Black Panther this week. We're gonna cut right to Elijah's Marvel movie Catchup. Watched the highly acclaimed.
Let's start out with what I watched first.
Okay.
I watched Doctor Strange. Wow, that's actually a really good movie.
Uh-huh.
I think the fact that the entire movie they were warping the universe and really trippy. It was really cool to watch. So that was a really fun one. I think he's a cool character.
He's really cool in Infinity War too. I think you'll
I'm sure I'll find out soon.
Which we are going to watch at some point this week.
Yes, because I'm finally caught up, ready to watch Infinity War. So we're here, poggers. But anyway, Doctor Strange. I think he's not my favorite hero, but he's cool. So yeah, I like Doctor Strange though. It's a good movie. All right, then I watched Thor Ragnarok, and I love Thor Ragnarok. I've seen it before.
Thor Ragnarok is very good,
but I watched it whenever it first came out.
When you were out of touch,
it was in theaters.
Movies.
I just went to watch it because my uncle wanted to go watch it. I was like, yeah, sure, we'll go watch it. But now that I've watched all of them up to this point, I've saw Thor Ragnarok. That may be the best one.
Whoa!
To this point. So
we have a definite confirmation. Elijah's favorite Marvel movie.
I think Thor Ragnarok is probably the best movie overall. Just great storyline, great action. I just liked it all. It was great. And also, Thor and Hulk fighting for one thing. Also, Thor losing an eye, mastering the lightning and stuff. That's awesome. So great stuff.
I thought Loki was good in the movie too.
Loki was great. Loki's a pretty cool character.
Yeah, I'm glad you come around on him.
Of course, at first you hate Loki because he's a villain, but now he's
at first I asked you about him.
This weird. He's mischievous, but he's also kind of a good guy. So
at first I asked you about him. You're like, I don't what is Loki cool? I don't get it. He's Loki. I get he's cool.
Loki's cool. And also, I love how they have a hint of comedy in there. Whenever that one time, whenever they're fighting against the sister and that guy who's made of rocks, is hey man,
that is
that ship?
That is one of the funniest
funny.
Side characers.
So that's really funny.
Movie.
So I enjoyed the hint of comedy, but not too much.
When Loki visits him, the thing, the hologram and the thing, he just goes,
"Piss off, ghost!" And you just punch
one of the best lines in any Marvel movie.
He's really funny. I forget his name now, but he's funny.
Korg.
Yeah, Korg. And then
The big
So
one.
then I watched Black Panther.
Black Panther. Oscar-nominated
I have
Black
some opinions
Panther.
about Black Panther.
Grammy album-nominated Black Panther.
So, Oscar nominated, not Grammy.
Well, both.
Oh, yeah,
It's
Grammy,
on the album, too.
The soundtrack. Yeah, you're right. Okay. Anyway, so Black Panther. Whenever I was going in to watch it, I was very excited because I'd heard so much about how good it was. Obviously, it's Oscar nominated for Best Picture. It has been highly acclaimed by everyone I see on Twitter and whatnot. So I'm like, oh, it's gonna be a great movie. And let me tell you what, I was disappointed to say the least. The plot was elementary, I put it that way.
Elementary.
It was so easy. Like I could have written that script, to be totally honest. And I told you this. This is my standard for movies. If I feel like I could write a better script, it's probably a bad script. So bad script in terms of plot. Also, the dialogue was, I think, really annoying. Also, they used the Wakanda Forever and the crossing the arm. It was
Wakanda Forever.
Every 30 seconds. I was like, please stop doing this. It almost got annoying. And I don't think they really had great combat scenes, to be totally honest.
Mm-hmm.
They were okay, but they weren't.
I thought
at no point was I like, oh, that's really cool. I was like, I was just kind of like, oh, this is a fighting scene, but all right. So
did you like Killmonger?
I did like Killmonger, but I feel like they didn't do him a lot of justice. I feel like he was just kind of not really developed super well, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like you didn't really get to know Killmonger that well. And so he was good though. I mean, he's a good actor, Michael B. Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
He played the part well. But I don't think they really developed him well.
Do you think it was worthy of an Oscar nomination?
I do not. At this point, I know they were made the same year, but Thor Ragnarok was way better.
And Infinity. Once you see Infinity War, I think
I'm sure I will think the same thing. And then, so I just feel like, okay, I like Black Panther as a character. I think he's a really cool character.
I agree.
think the movie was overall good.
I thought it was a good movie as well.
I'll say it was a good movie, not great.
People were hailing it when it came out. Like, this is the best Marvel movie that's ever been made.
And
obviously, it's Oscar nominated now.
So I don't see it that way, in that light. I think it's a good movie. I like Black Panther as a character, but I feel like they could have been a lot better. And I was really disappointed because it was so hyped up. And I was excited for it. I was like, this is going to be probably the best one in the series. And alas.
I thought near the end it got a little, not like the CGI in Marvel movies is never bad, but I thought near the end it got a little CGI heavy, like when they were like falling down the pit and everything, and the rhinos and everything. Yeah.
I mean, that was all cool, whatever. But I mean, not a great movie. It was good. It wasn't bad. That's the key thing. It wasn't bad. Like I always say, whenever I'm criticizing these things, it's not like I hate it. It's just it wasn't up to what I thought it was going to be.
I actually really liked the Killmonger character. I thought that was the best part of the movie was Michael B. Jordan as Killmonger.
I don't feel like you really get to know him super well. So kind of like
I agree with that.
And whenever he did show up, you didn't really know what he was fighting for. Until like he showed up and took the throne. He's like, oh, we got to run all the black people across the world. I was like, wait, where does he even come from?
That's the thing. I didn't like. It was very racially charged.
That's why the plot was really elementary. It was like, hey, let's go take all these guns and give them to people who are oppressed across the world and let them revolt. And I was like, could we make it a little better than that, please?
And I
don't know.
I get he's like,
it was just not great to me.
I get that he like took over and he won and he's the king of Wakanda now and everything. I don't think all those people would go along with his plan just like that. Like, oh, he's the king. Okay, yeah, we gotta really create World War III. Like,
yeah, I didn't like the plot. I think they could have done a lot better. So that's my general opinion of the movie. It's good, not great, very, very disappointing. A lot of potential. Disappointing.
So after all these movies, how excited are you for Infinity War now?
I am very excited.
The culmination.
Okay, because
Thanos is coming.
At the end of Thor Ragnarok, they're in the ship, and all of a sudden you see what I assume is Thanos' ship. When I saw it, I was like, oh, it's got to be Thanos, right?
Dude,
it's got to be.
He's coming. Thanos truck.
Thanos truck. Wow.
He wasn't in Thanos truck. He was in the ship.
Yeah.
He should have just busted through the wall in Thanos truck.
Yeah, I'm assuming all the characters are going to reassemble and combat Thanos as he collects the stones.
You made a really good point when you were watching Civil War, though. You said, how are they going to beat Thanos if they're all split up and everything?
They got to reunite, you know?
Dude.
Hey, they got to find a way to overcome their obstacles and really just come back together as a unit and take on Thanos and his truck.
Dude, I think you're really going to like it. We're going to watch it at some point this week.
Yeah, I'm finally in position to watch it, so we're going to find a day to watch it. We're going to watch it.
And we'll have a full review next week.
And then on to Ant-Man and the Wasp as well.
Yes, that also came out.
Yes.
And rumors going around recently. So Endgame it's creeping up, dude. Endgame's coming out soon. Reportedly 3 hours long.
Yeah. Cool.
I'm okay with this.
I have watched 3-hour movies before, so it's not a big problem.
They could make it 5. I would be there.
Whoa,
I would not. I would not get up from the seat.
Let's be careful there, bud.
I would.
But I mean, I've watched Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings and Star Wars and whatnot, which are all long movies, generally around 3 hours. I'm pretty sure. So I'm not like
we'll do Endgame.
Unprepared to handle 3 hours.
I think Endgame is going to be one of the best movies
If you need an
ever.
intermission for a 3-hour movie, you probably have other problems going on, So, like, I guess maybe like a bathroom break, whatever.
And Captain Marvel's coming out soon. Captain Marvel actually comes out in like a few weeks.
Okay, now, yeah, I know that, but the reaction I've seen on Twitter or whatnot is not very good.
Well, nobody's seen it yet, but like the hype for the movie,
the trailer or whatnot.
Yeah, I don't necessarily think I'm not as excited for like this as a movie. Yeah. I'm excited for this is going to lead into. She's a big part of Endgame. Yeah. So this is basically her introduction, how she gets brought back into it. So I'm more story building. I'm excited for than I am the movie itself.
Of course, but in terms of the movie itself, I've heard people are not super excited for what it might be. So. But
we'll see how it goes. We'll get to Endgame. I didn't put this on the show notes, but I really wanted you to look this up real quick. Did you this week happen to see what Will Smith looks like as the genie
I did
in
see
Aladdin?
that. I did see that. Yeah, wow.
That is the most disturbing thing ever. I'll throw a picture up on here for the audience watching. But
look fantastic. Put it that way.
It was so creepy. Like
at least the shot that I saw one where it looked like okay, but I saw the one that I've seen the most on Twitter. It was like, this is.
Yeah, it was like they released like a minute trailer, and he was just at the end, and he was just like, "Oh yeah, I'm the genie." It's literally blue Will Smith. It's like if he was in that Blue Man Group. Oh my word! It looks so creepy.
It's so bad. Like it's not. It's just him painted blue. This right here. This is an okay shot. It looks okay right there. But
like you can so tell, like it's literally Will Smith. Like, you know how when they do the Hulk, you can like tell it's the guy that plays him. Yeah, but like it doesn't look like him.
It's really well done.
That looks like they should make it kind of like
it's just Will Smith painted blue. That's all it is. So
it's so weird.
Whatever. I didn't plan on watching this anyway. But
the Disney money-making machine.
Also, Disney, can you not just remake all the old movies?
They're taking every single cartoon
be inventive
that's ever been made and making it live action.
They have crumbled. Like, their organization is so bad now. Disney's just a show.
Well, dude, don't worry. They bought Star Wars, and now they bought Fox.
Like, they haven't come out with a new original idea for a movie in a long time. It's just been, let's just go make a live action of X movie, you know what I'm saying? Like, Aladdin.
Dude, don't worry. They bought Fox, so they're expanding their umbrella.
I'm disappointed.
And I'll give them
why is media so bad? Music can't give out awards right. Nominations for Oscars are terrible, and Disney's just ruining everything. Thanks, Disney. Used to love you, but no mas.
We need to hand out our own awards because we did it for the NFL. We need to have.
Give me time to review
our music. We'll go over it. We'll have that for you guys in a week, like maybe next week or week after. The Grammys can't get it right. We're gonna get it right. Oscars probably won't get it right. We'll get it right. So.
Oh my god.
Because even with the Disney thing with them remaking stuff. I'll give them Lion King. I really love Lion King. I will probably go see Lion King.
Lion King is my favorite Disney movie of all time. That is my number one. So if they ruin it, I'm going to be furious.
It's the biggest cash grab because they're just like, oh, you like this cartoon? Live action.
Watch
this cartoon?
Remake it.
Live action. And the Aladdin one looks so weird because what was it? The Jungle Book. The Jungle Book was good. It looked very real. It was pretty good. Beauty and the Beast was so weird. So as a cartoon, Beauty and the Beast fine.
Oh, I watched it.
Seeing a live action girl and a bison try to date is the weirdest thing in the world. And I feel like it's going to be the same thing with Aladdin. Like the trailer they showed of it, Aladdin looks like a kid. It looks like a kid wearing a Halloween costume of Aladdin. The guy that plays Jafar looks like a guy wearing a Halloween. It doesn't look like they're in character already. Like it's really weird. I'm not with it.
I'll put it this way: I am not expecting anything great to come out of this. That's just reality. And I haven't felt that way about any live action movie they've made. I just feel like they're ruining them because, of course, we grew up watching these. So for us, they're nostalgic.
Yeah.
And so to see people just come in there and just butcher them.
What's next? A live action Toy Story?
Probably at this point. Maybe a live action Bambi. I don't know.
They're making. What are they doing? They're doing Mulan. I know they're doing Mulan. They're doing. This is my point. Dumbo.
Oh, they're doing a Dumbo?
Yeah, the Dumbo one's coming out soon. It looks really bad.
Why can't you come up with something new? This is how low they are.
Why can't you make a good Star Wars movie? Why are you doing all this?
Why are you ruining everything that's good about life? Okay, all these years of movies being made and developed and becoming better and better and better, and they get to Disney in the modern age, and you just send it down the toilet. Thanks, Disney, for ruining my life. Thank you, Oscars, for being annoying. Thank you, Grammys, for being incompetent.
I think, okay, so the Oscars, I think, are around like the 24th-ish. Next week, let's try to list our nominees for best the Oscar movies, and then when the Oscars come out, we can give ours.
Research and
we'll give our best movies of the year and everything.
Brutal.
Dude, one thing that came out. We're wrapping up here in a minute. Oh
boy.
The one thing that I did not know this was coming out, but it just brought me so much joy when I saw it. The Big Mouth Valentine's Day special.
Yeah. It was an episode. I'll put it that way,
dude. These people that make this, they have to be the most messed up people in the world. But it's so funny.
It's one of those shows you watch it and you, like, the entire time you're like, should I laugh at that? Or because this is bizarre, but it was an episode. Yeah. Oh boy.
The hormone monster with Andrew was mad at the girl.
I think he used the chair. Andrew.
Yeah. He thought the girl liked the guy in the wheelchair, and he kept saying that he doesn't need the wheelchair, to the point where he pulls him out of the wheelchair, and he's like, "Oh, Andrew, I think he needs it."
This is a bad look.
He's like, "Oh, maybe he did need it," and he was like, "No, he's still faking." He's like, "Andrew, you were being rational for like 3 seconds there. Why would you go for the mailbox?"
Oh, yikes! Yeah, it's what a show.
Like, I don't know how those people think of that, but it's really one of the best shows on Netflix. Applause to them.
I looked it up. Well, I looked up. I saw like a clip of it on Facebook, whatever. Like 3-minute highlight clips, and it was talking about the guy who made it. I forget his name now, but he was saying how basically every episode was like inspired off like things he went through, like that age. So I guess it's maybe he had a little bit of an interesting childhood, you know. But what a show, man! Wow.
Hey, I'm Walgreens Coach Steve now.
Oh god, that was all brutal.
I love you. I love you too. Who said that?
Yikes.
So yeah, if you like really dark humor, check out Big Mouth on Netflix. This is our plug.
Not family friendly, but if you're an adult, you can watch.
So Netflix, send us money. We are plugging your show.
Yeah, so we're plugging your show. You're welcome.
We are being shills.
Like I say, it's a show.
All right, so really just last bit of news here. The Dolphins hired Patriots defensive coordinator Brian Flores as their head coach. Do we care? Flores.
Do I care? The answer is going to be a resounding no.
Is this the start of the Patriots dynasty coming to an end, though, because they are losing defensive coordinators every year?
You know what I've noticed is every time a underling of Bill Belichick goes somewhere else, they don't really have success. I've noticed this.
Well,
they don't.
That's right, because McDaniels went somewhere.
They don't tend to be Belichick 2.0. That's my point. So, will this go well? Because we're going to find out. But
probably not.
It's just a move to me.
The Dolphins are pretty bad.
This is whatever. I mean, I guess you got to just keep reaching for the stars there. Obviously, Bill Belichick's a good coach, so maybe his underlings will be good.
I think if McDaniels almost left last year to coach the Colts. I think if he ever, there's rumors that because people would hire him as a head coach. Yeah. I think maybe he would be the head coach of the Patriots once Bill Belichick leaves. Yeah, that's
what I've heard. They think he's like the heir apparent to take over Belichick's job. So
I think if he ever left, though, that would be obviously when Brady retires, that'll be mostly the end of it. I think Belichick will keep going, but I think if McDaniels
for a year or two, I don't think Belichick will go on much longer. He's getting a little older too, so. But anyway, it's a move.
And want to give a big round of applause to the Cincinnati Bengals. They did not listen to Marvin Lewis. They did not hire Hue Jackson. I don't know this guy they hired. I really don't care. As long as they didn't hire Hue Jackson, they're in the right track.
I'm sure whenever he put his resume in to be hired, all he had to say was, not Hue Jackson. And they were like, sold! So
Hue Jackson has been named the Cincinnati Bengals head coach.
This is a move that, I don't know who this is.
This is like the McVay thing. They're trying to get a young guy who...
Of course they are. I mean,
they got the Rams QB coach, Zach Taylor.
Bengals, good luck to you. Vontae's perfect. Thug.
The Bengals... I think the Bengals might be my least favorite team in the league. I feel like they're all punks. They're all thugs.
Let me tell you something. I love watching AFC North games because they're always like
I can't
big
stand
bodies
that.
banging.
I can't stand perfect.
But they're always so like hard hitting, violent games and big bodies banging. Is what I like to say. So I love those kind of games.
Sounds kind of gay, dude.
Hey, well, that's just a phrase people use sometimes. But
I remember last year Juju laid out perfect, and it was pretty dope.
Boom! Yeah,
You remember that?
I remember
and
that,
then they flagged him.
Of course they did.
Everything's a flag.
No good play goes unpunished.
Dude, okay, so I had no clue. What is this AAF thing?
Oh yeah, so I think it's the Alliance of American Football or whatever, or something like that. And basically, it's just like a spring league or whatever. And I didn't watch it whenever it was aired, but I saw some highlights on Twitter and whatnot. And
that dude laid that QB
there
out.
was a play where I don't know who was. I think it was defensive end. But anyway, he decked the quarterback.
Would have been a flag in the NFL.
If it's in the NFL, that guy's getting like ejected, no question. Because he took off the QB's helmet. It went flying. So I'm with it. I'm with this right here. And also, I noted that I saw how apparently there was a controversial like touchdown call or whatever, and they cut to the official who's like making the final judgment. They give you like a live look into her decision making process, so that you know what's happening. So it's like very transparent, which I'm all for because the NFL is like they just call it like they don't give you a reason for it. They're like, oh,
that's something I've heard people have given the idea. The coach, the refs there on the field they do this stupid thing where they show them going up to the TV and they're looking into it and everything. Why don't they have that pro broadcasting booth that's in New York or whatever? They make the call and just tell the ref what to say.
Isn't that how it is?
No, the ref gets to watch it himself. I think they do talk to him, but like he has the final say.
I know there's like talks between New York and people on the field. I thought maybe the people in New York made the final
because
call.
I think that like just let the guys that are watching on the screen.
I think a good way to fix this issue is at least let coaches challenge calls.
I agree.
At that point, they of course have to review it again and maybe have like the head officiating in the NFL make the call or whatever. Just like because there are some calls that people make and it's just obviously not the right call. And I feel like if the coach had a chance to challenge it, it'd make the game a little bit more interesting and a little bit more honest.
Would the pass interference have held up? The no call?
Okay, whatever. Bad. But I do like how the AAF is allowing the refs to they're being transparent.
Dude,
and also they're letting players play.
Yeah.
Right? That's
Christian Hackenberg.
I'm all for player safety. Okay, all for it. At the same time, you're making football not football anymore.
You want to see some heads get taken off.
You want to. I mean, you just make it where people have been trained their entire life to play a certain way, and all of a sudden you get to the pro level, it's like, oh, you can't do that anymore. You can't do this anymore. You can't do that anymore. It's like, oh, what am I supposed to do?
I don't know the skill level of this AFL. I do know Trent Richardson scored 2 rushing touchdowns. Oh, what did I say?
AAF. You said AFL.
Oh, yeah, AAF. Trent Richardson, the brutal 4th overall pick running back, scored 2 touchdowns.
He said that his NFL career would end in the Hall of Fame.
He did?
That's what he said. Yeah. Delusion.
Wow.
But, I mean, I think it's kind of cool. I might watch it next week because I like football. So having it be year-round is kind of cool.
I kind of want to check out the XFL whenever it comes out that Vince McMahon's running, dude.
That seems a little bit crazy to me. That's just like no rules, essentially. You can do whatever you want.
Well, there is a rule. You can't have a criminal record, and you have to stand for the anthem.
Oh, thank God. Well, that's good.
That's why they literally said, oh, you guys are mad at the NFL? Come watch us. We'll do literally anything you want.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think there needs to be some structure in the game, but I do like how – I think AAF is a good mixture of let players play, but also like we have some safety regulations.
Wow, I might have to check it out.
Yeah, given the reaction I got over the weekend, I might check it out this weekend and see how it is.
All right, dude. Well, good episode today. Got a lot done.
Wow.
Everybody listening, thank you for tuning in. We want to wish you a happy Valentine's Day week. We hope all of you are – you shoot your shot, guys. You know, you see that girl sitting across the room in class, go talk to her. You know, what's the worst that could happen?
She says no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Repeated no's sometimes, but
hey, it'd be that way.
It'd be that way.
Be respectful. Wow.
Yes. Wow. Don't be Kareem Hunt.
Yes, don't do that. Thank you.
Thank you. Wow. So, Elijah, where can they find you on Twitter?
Elijah_Stacks.
And you can find me at Karak323.
Yes, wow.
Email us in questions, guys. We would love to have, if we got a show where we could answer like multiple questions in a row, just like a Q&A episode, we'd love that. We want to hear from the fans.
I'll just email us a question.
You'll email him one. So you can email us at hottakestheshow@gmail.com. You can literally ask us anything. It doesn't have to be sports related. It could be
Movie related.
Movie related. Yeah, we talk about movies a lot.
Music related. Wow, Cardi B. What do you think about that? Yeah.
Brutal. Let us know how bad you think Cardi B is. So next week we will. I think we're gonna try to do the Oscar thing. I think we'll say what we think is right.
I'll do my research,
and we'll do. We might let you know what music we think. I'm not as up on the music.
I'll give you a sneak peek though.
Okay.
It's not going to be Black Panther.
What about Roma?
Maybe I'll watch it and let you know.
I will not watch Roma. I heard that like there's literally like a shot. I think it might be in mostly black and white too. Another reason why I don't want to watch it. But there's like a shot where like these ducks are just having sex on the ground.
Yikes! I didn't know that.
Why?
Film of the year, baby.
All right, film of the year. So thank you guys for tuning in this week. Hope everybody has a great week, and we will see you guys next week.